Ethereum will double in the next 12 months. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I'm going to be explaining exactly why I believe that Ethereum will double within the next 12 months before April 14th of 2024. You see, on that day, the Bitcoin halving is going to take place, and that one event will catalyze a massive bull market on Bitcoin that I believe will send it to over $100,000. And in doing so, will also bring Ethereum on one of the largest bull markets that it has ever witnessed. In this video, I'm going to show you how one breakout that Ethereum was able to go through with on April 14th, where it broke just briefly above $2,038, solidified that it was exiting its accumulation phase, moving into its pre-halving phase of the bull market, and which will send it to at least $2,500, but potentially even as high as $4,000, a doubling from current price. If you want to know where Ethereum is going and why, I highly encourage you to watch until the end of the video, but without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. In this video that I made a couple of weeks ago, we talked about a massively important chart on Bitcoin that I showed that details accumulation phases, transitionary zones, pre-halving phase of bull markets, bear markets, etc. And in that video, I had this to say. And then moving into the second half of 2024, you're going to see a bull market that will drive Bitcoin to well over $100,000. And if I told you every single reason that I believe that's going to take place, this video would be 3 hours long. While I can't make a video that's 3 hours long, I can make more videos explaining how that chart has implications on all of the other charts in crypto. And here I'm going to show you how it tells me that Bitcoin is going to be leading a massive bull market in the next year that will drive a massive bull market in Ethereum. As you can see, Bitcoin has continued to break through that transitionary zone as discussed in that video and has now moved into the pre-halving phase of a bull market. For reasons I'll explain in another video, Bitcoin could go through a small correction down to 25,236, but generally speaking, I think Bitcoin's going to spend the next year in this blue zone. I'm colorblind, so if that's not actually blue and it's like teal or something, then I look forward to being laughed at in the comments. You can see that I've taken this exact same chart from Bitcoin and transposed it over onto Ethereum. This chart shows with these vertical lines the halvings on Bitcoin denoted here in blue vertical lines. These green boxes denote the bull markets that have happened historically in Ethereum. The red boxes denote the bear markets that we've seen over the last 2 cycles on ETH, and these yellow boxes down here denote the accumulation phases that Ethereum has gone through. There are a few key differences between this chart on Ethereum and their same chart over on Bitcoin, and I think the most significant is how the market plays around the halvings. On this Bitcoin chart, we have what I call the pre-halving phase of the bull market, where the Bitcoin market starts to go into a bull market before the halving takes place about a year early. I think that's where we're moving right now. On Ethereum, we have not seen that happen. Instead, we've seen Ethereum break through its transitionary zone and move into a bull market post-halving alongside a massive rally on Bitcoin. For example, transposing a line chart of Bitcoin over the Ethereum chart, you can see that Bitcoin broke above its transitionary zone here around $6,000 to $7,700 in 2019 and 2020, well before Ethereum would here in August of 2020. That will become significant later, but for now, let's dive into the technicals and see where Ethereum is heading next. To analyze this chart, we must first break down a few critical levels. The first one is the zone on Ethereum between $1,677 and $2,038. It sits right here. It is called our transitionary zone. Its top is defined by the local top set at $2,038 on August 14th of 2022, and that is the exact same level that we saw set the bottom of Bitcoin's transitionary zone that starts at 25,236. The bottom of Ethereum's transitionary zone in this case is denoted by a bottom set over here on June 22nd, 2021 at $1,677. That is the exact same date that we set the top of the transitionary zone for Bitcoin at $28,545. While this zone is theoretically upside down, it is set by the exact same dates on Ethereum as it is on Bitcoin using August 14th, 2022 and June 22nd of 2021. This zone is so critically, vitally important that I would propose on April 14th, everything changed. April 14th of 2023 was the date that Ethereum finally managed to break above $2,038, if only for a short time. At time of recording this video, Ethereum only stayed above $2,038 for a short 5 days. But in doing so, Ethereum took the first and most potent, most important step towards a bull market that any market ever does before it begins the next bull market. And that is, it broke a previous major high. During the bear market on Ethereum, we saw three major highs. We saw the all-time high at nearly $5,000. We saw the second local high at $3,617. And then we saw our third major high at $2,038. To begin a bull market, you must always set a new higher high than a previous major local high. In Ethereum's case, that was $2,038. Because Ethereum has now broken above that August 14th high, even if just by a very small margin and only for a few days, that tells us that this new market has now begun the process of entering into a new bull market. Now we just have to find confirmation. Some rapid fire technical factors to consider here. First and foremost, if Ethereum had not managed to break above 2038, we would end up having bearish RSI divergence because there would be a downtrending level of resistance over the price action highs and an uptrending level of resistance on weekly chart RSI. Now that we've broken above 2038, if only for a few days, and set a weekly close up there, that means that we no longer have to worry about bearish weekly chart RSI divergence, which was a major concern for Ethereum analysts. Likewise, Ethereum has been very bullish on its MACD for the last 9 months, ever since July of 2022, and now we are starting to move back above that zero level. Furthermore, with the break above 2038, if even only so briefly, Ethereum has managed to break far above its major VRVP previous resistance, now support, sitting with two local peaks around $1,200 and around $1,600, and actually has moved into much easier territory to rally in above $2,000. In short, Ethereum has turned this entire block of VRVP into one massive zone of support as built out by the last 9 months of price action, starting and middling around $1,500. On top of that, while Ethereum has gone through a correction, it has gone through a correction because it pushed onto the outside of its Bollinger Bands. It rallied all the way to the outside of the Bollinger Bands and now is going through a correction. Its 20 weekly simple moving average is curving to the upside and very soon will be sitting above 1677, indicating that Ethereum will find a low if it goes through a major correction over the next couple of weeks, no lower, in my opinion, than 1677, indicating that Ethereum is now treating the transitionary zone not as a resistance zone, but as a support zone. Ever since the recording of this video, Bitcoin has broken through its transitionary zone with strength and is no longer using it as a resistance zone, but now is potentially going to use it as a support zone with a potential correction of a few $1,000s over the next couple of weeks. Ethereum now so too is positioned to use this zone, again, between 1677 and 2038, now as a support zone that it can bounce off of in the next couple of weeks and break into the $2,000 region, all while being supported by Bollinger Bands, MACD, and RSI. Another component to consider are the 50 and the 200 weekly moving averages. These roughly represent 1 year and 4 years of average Ethereum price action. You can see on our chart, we only have one example of a cross, and that was where the 50 crossed above the newly formed 200 weekly moving average on Ethereum, and that corresponded perfectly with the beginning of a major bull market. While in this bear market and accumulation phase cycle, the 50 never crossed below the 200, the fact that they have come so close and now are starting to diverge in a bullish direction does indicate that we could be very close to the start of a major bull market within the next 12 months. This is very similar to how every single time the 50 and the 200 have come close or crossed on the history of Bitcoin's chart, the market has gone into a major bull market. The exact same thing is happening right now on Ethereum. To add insult to injury for the bears, over the last 6 weeks, Ethereum has actually managed to put in a strong buy signal on the Ethereum over US dollar weekly chart price action graph. We have not yet seen that be confirmed by Trendcatcher, but if Ethereum is able to rally up to its next major level of resistance at $2,319, then we will almost certainly see Trendcatcher turn green, indicating a confirmed buy signal to the upside. If you've watched this video over on the channel, you'll see that I talk about how on Bitcoin, whenever you see a confirmed buy signal on weekly chart in the history of Bitcoin, there's been about 9 times, every single time, it's led Bitcoin into no less than a 60% rally, normally more like a 400% rally. I believe the same thing will take place on Ethereum, but I'll probably make another video about that in the future. For now, just know that this strong, but as of yet unconfirmed buy signal for Lux Algo on Ethereum's weekly chart is very substantial. But that's not where the bullishness stops, because there's even more bullish factors out on the weekly chart for Ethereum that you do not want to miss. I'll show you those right now. Because you see, Ethereum is going into this beautiful bullish setup months before it did during the last halving cycle. Let me show you what I mean. Very simply, some of the confirmations I'm about to show you took place on Ethereum right around the time of the halving in May of 2020. Many of those confirmations are now slated to happen between right now and the next 2 months. I've drawn here 2 vertical white lines for the last bull market that sent Ethereum to the upside by over 5,000% nearly $5,000 north, and I've also shown those coming into play this bull market. During the last bull market, just a month before the Bitcoin halving came in, we saw a massive bull market on Bitcoin, and we saw the entire market move north aggressively. We saw Ethereum's RSI cross above the 50 line right around April the 1st. After that occurred, Ethereum would go through a rally of over 2,000%. Just 2 months later, right after the Bitcoin halving, here in June of 2020, we saw Ethereum's MACD cross bullish, and after that occurred, we saw Ethereum rally by, again, over 2,000%, and within just weeks, a massive bull market was in full swing. We have just seen the RSI for Ethereum's monthly chart cross above the 50 line, indicating it is now in bullish territory, and the bulls are starting to be in charge right around March the 1st of 2023. Last time that happened, Ethereum rallied over 2,000%. Now looking at MACD, based on the amount of convergence that we have here on MACD and the fact that it is accelerating its convergence, we can expect a bullish MACD cross to take place on the moving average convergence divergence technical oscillator within the next 3 months, likely happening on the July monthly candlestick. When that occurs, that will likely send Ethereum at least $500 to the upside. And that's where the final components of our analysis come into play, because you see something happened on April 14th of 2023 that was very significant. Ethereum sent a shot around the world that told every single market participant that it is now considering bull market movement. But now we have to wait for confirmation. Well, the exciting thing is that at the time of recording this video, it is predicted that the next Bitcoin halving will happen on April 14th of 2024. Exactly, down to the day, 365 days later. Exactly 1 year after Ethereum told the whole world that it was about to go into a bull market by breaking above $2,038, setting a new local high with the backing of a plethora of different technical factors that will help it to go into that bull market phase, Ethereum told us that it is now here to stay. And so that's where my prediction comes in. I believe that the next year, Ethereum will continue to play second fiddle to Bitcoin. For reasons that I'll explain in a future video, I think Bitcoin is likely to drop down to $25,236 on its chart, which could send Ethereum as low as $1,677 on its chart. I think that both of those markets will likely backtest the bottom of their transitionary zones, so don't be surprised if Ethereum drops $300 in the next month. From there, however, so long as Ethereum is able to maintain this uptrend, it's a very, very simple uptrend, then Ethereum will likely continue bouncing and rallying all the way up here into the pre-halving phase of the bull market within just the next several months. And with that MACD cross coming in on monthly chart, Ethereum will likely be able to sustain that rally and stay above $2,000, using that as a foundational basis of support that you can see defined here very clearly on the VRVP. As a result of extensive analysis on Ethereum with a background understanding in what Bitcoin is doing and an understanding that the Bitcoin market is heavily driving the Ethereum market, I believe that Ethereum is going to trade in a range between about $2,000 to $3,000 over the next 12 months. And I think 12 months from now, in the second and third week of April 2023, you are going to see Ethereum trading between $2,500 and $4,000 as Bitcoin begins its bull market and ascent up to all-time high sometime during the summer of next year. That gives Ethereum, on average, about $1,000 worth of rally, about a 33 to 40% rally taking place over the next 12 months that I believe you can profit off of. But the way that you profit in cryptocurrency markets very simply comes down to your understanding of the markets. At all times, these markets are giving you signals. They're shouting signals at you saying, buy me now, sell me now, dollar cost average now, invest now, accumulate now, prepare to enter or exit a trade now. But if you do not understand technical analysis, then you won't understand what the market is trying to tell you. Whenever you're in a foreign country, if you don't speak the language, then the person that you're trying to order coffee from can speak to you ad nauseum. They can ask you over and over and over again what kind of coffee you want, but if you don't understand even the basis of their language, you're not going to understand what they're telling you. They're trying to help you get that cappuccino that you've been wanting for the last 3 days, but since you don't understand them, since you didn't invest time to learn at least a little bit about the local language, you're not going to know what they're saying, and you're going to be up a creek without a cappuccino. In the same way, in cryptocurrency, the technicals are always shouting information at you that if you are able to listen to, internalize, and translate into English, you can then make profitable trades. And that's where Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis comes in. Principles of Technical Analysis is an academy where I put over 60 videos teaching you everything that you need to know to get a strong foundational understanding of cryptocurrency technical analysis so that you can get the proverbial cappuccino. I want you to be successful in the cryptocurrency space, but to do so, you have to understand the signals that Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets are telling you. And you will not understand those signals unless you understand how to read the charts. Very simply, everything that you need to be successful in cryptocurrency and make a lot of money trading and investing and bringing financial sovereignty to yourself is there. It's just waiting to be uncovered. And if you don't believe me, you can ask the thousands of people who've gone before you in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, the first course that we had where we taught people technical analysis, and we taught over 5,000 students how to be successful in crypto. And you can ask all the people in Club DeFi how they're doing and how they're learning, because when you understand that education is the gate and key to success in anything, not just cryptocurrency, then you will want to invest in your education because it will be the way that you find that success that you're looking for. It's my dream for you to have financial sovereignty in cryptocurrency. To me, that basically, very simply, means that I want you to have everything that you need to be able to live your life in a purposeful way, whichever way you feel directed to, and have finances not be something holding you back from that. I know that cryptocurrency can help you to get to that place, and that's why I've created Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis to teach you the kind of technical analysis that you just saw in this video so that you can have a foundational understanding of markets and make money and a living in these markets if you so like. I do believe that Ethereum is about to go through a major bull market, and I do believe that it could double to over $4,000 in the next 12 months, so long as our predictions on Bitcoin hold true, and so far they've been pretty dang accurate. I would love to hear all of your thoughts about where I think Ethereum is going, why I think Ethereum is going, where I think it's going, and everything else relating to this topic in the comment section down below. But I also want to hear what you would like to see next. So tell me in the comment section, is there a certain altcoin that you would like me to make one of these videos on? Is there a certain indicator or theory about some kind of market that you would like me to make a video on? Is there a certain topic that you would like to see? I'd love to hear any of your recommendations for future video content down below, and I will make sure to pick the best one and make a video out of it. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for Club DeFi with the link down below. But before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.